Good morning, family, and welcome to what I'm calling the routine. This is Dr. B, and for the next 365 days, we're going to do this together. And we're not going to do it perfectly, but we are going to do it consistently. You know, we all talk about wanting a routine. We talk about discipline, consistency, faith, growth, but most of us don't actually have a routine that we can return to every single day. This isn't going to be me teaching you from the outside. This is me committing to becoming with you. So if you hang with me for 30 days, you'll build a powerful habit. If you hang with me for 90 days, it will change your life. But if you hang with me for all 365 days, your life will never be the same. And that, my friend, is a complete promise. As people who want to live their best lives, we need to be intentional. No, we have to be intentional. And for the next 365 days, if you join me, this is how we will start our day. We will wake up on purpose. We will protect our focus. We will not be distracted by opening our phones, devices, TV, computers, etc. until we are done here. We will hydrate immediately. We will create stillness through our breathing. We will work on our connection and our identity through a short devotional. We will focus on our gratitude. We will set our intention for the day. We will plan to make a connection with somebody this day. We will make and keep at least one promise to ourselves. And at some point today, we will move our body, not together, but you can do exercise, you can get it done. So now listen, if you're just finding us today, whether it's day 1 or day 200, you're right on time. These days don't build on each other, but each one stands on its own, and it's about consistency. And I understand because of the time zone, we're doing it at 6:30 Mountain Time, but whatever, you might have kids, you might have work and a real life. You may not always be able to join us live, and that's okay. If you need to, you can always watch the recording from the day before and do this routine earlier in your day if that's what it takes. It's live is obviously more powerful, but the recording still works. And that's what matters, is that you spend this time intentionally. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to show up. Welcome to the routine. Let's become together. And if you need more information, just go ahead and go to routine.live. Now let's go. Morning. You make sure my picture is up here. Why am I so little? All right, let's see what we can do here. Let's put it here. Boom. All right. Actually, let's do this one. All right. Good morning. Good morning. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Are you guys ready to start with some breathing this morning? I'm ready to start with breathing. Let me get breathe the music up, and then here we go. All right, we're going to take big breaths. We're going to go make our stomach expand. These are breaths that just oxygenate your whole entire body. And this is how we start our day. We start on purpose. Hopefully you protected your focus today by not turning on screens, watching TV. For sure not checking your email. Things you would have to react to or have thoughts about. Good morning, Sonia. I see you made a comment there, so I want to say good morning to you. Then hold up a little bit. Once you got your glass of water, you're watching this as a replay, hit pause, go get your water. It's such an important process to make sure you're breathing. So many people don't take the time to do this. They say, well, my body breathes every day, all day. This is like the oil that you put in your car to make sure that it runs smooth. I guess we're doing the air filter and the oil change with our breathing. Hydration. That maintenance, a little bit extra. We can do that devotion and we connect to what God would have us to do today. Focusing on Him. What are you thankful for this morning? What do you have gratitude for this morning? I was filling my water up and I was just thinking, man, how fortunate am I that I don't have to go down to a river and boil water and make sure it's sanitary and all the things that go into people who just need water across the globe that may not have great access to it, and yet I can walk to my refrigerator, not even opening it up, and get a cold glass of water. Who are you going to connect with? I had lunch with my son today. One of my 5 sons. He's one of 30-year-old twins. Again, I turned 26. Let's do 2 more. One more. Breathe in. All right, just make sure you grab your water, and we're going to drink it all. What do I say every day? I say, hydrate before you caffeinate. All right, let's move into our devotional today. Scroll down here. Turn the devotional comes down just a little bit. We will add it to our screen so you all have it. So today we are on day 49. Forgiveness is freedom. Forgiveness is freedom. First, forgive as the Lord forgave you. Colossians 3:13. God, help me to release what I've been holding. We talked about hurt earlier in the week, and we talked about loving on people another week. And one of the things that comes with love is this thing called forgiveness. So God, help me to release what I've been holding, what I've been upset about, what I've been mad at another individual for not doing or not, in most cases, meeting my expectations. Sometimes they have put harm on me, and sometimes they have done something that would hurt me. They said something to another person. What I find when I was, last time I was teaching at the high school, is how mean, when somebody's hurting, they can be to another individual. The things that they can say that you can never take back. And that's why it's so important to really think about, what am I saying? What's coming out of my mouth? What am I being present in the moment to hear, so that I don't lash out? I talked about yesterday the couple that make sure that they not intentionally, they said this as part of their vows, not intentionally saying something that would hurt another individual, that would lash out at another individual. But sometimes that happens. Sometimes you get angry. Sometimes the emotions get high, intelligence get low. Again, emotions get high, intelligence get low. When emotions are low and you're not freaking out about something, then you have that time to think. But when you got those high emotions and something just hits you the wrong way, but when we catch ourselves, are we saying, please forgive me? Resentment dissolved when forgiveness was spoken out loud. And so it's one of the things. That's another thing to say, hey, well, I forgive you. Now, the other part, when you're saying apology, when you're giving an apology to somebody, and this is on the other end of it, that you also ask, what is it that I can do to make it right? There's two parts of forgiving, or for asking for an apology. First is, hey, will you, I am so sorry. Will you forgive me? And then the second part is, what can I do to make it right? And they can say you can't do anything, and that's okay. At least you've asked that part. Now, on the forgiveness side, I want to be quick to forgive. When somebody asks me and they tell me they're sorry, they're genuinely sorry. Now, that's another part that gets difficult to explain. Is we have an idea of what it means to forgive. Please forgive me. What can I do to get it done? And then, I'm sorry. And then we say, well, your apology, have you ever heard this? Your apology wasn't genuine. Okay, so we're determining the decide. I guess we're the person who was offended, so we get to decide whether that person is truly genuine in their forgiveness. Now, we know sometimes, like when you're a little kid and you go tell your friend you just smacked your friend and it was an accident. I get it, and you're teaching them and you say, ask for forgiveness or say you're sorry. And they're like, sorry. So that's not genuine, right? But it's the process that we're teaching how to go through. So I guess what I'm saying is, sometimes we don't think that the forgiveness, because we're still hurt, we don't think them asking or their apology was genuine enough. Well, what I guess my question would be, what is your expectation on their apology? Are you expecting them to get down on one knee and look you in the eye and hold your hand and say, please, please, please forgive me. I'm begging you to forgive me. If that's the expectation, you're probably not going to get that. But if you get the words, I'm sorry, then you hear the words, please forgive me, then you hear the third word is, what can I do to make it right? If they get to that point, most likely it is a genuine apology. And you just, even though it doesn't sound the way you want it to sound, my thought is forgive them. And it might take a minute. You can say, I'm going to forgive you, but I'm not going to just sit with you right now. It's going to take me a day or two in order to get over what the offense that you just did. I once held on to hurt longer than I should have. And I felt justified because it was heavy. It was something that truly hurt me. When I choose forgiveness, but I chose forgiveness. Like I said, okay, I'm going to forgive the person. And sometimes you have to even forgive the person even before they say they're sorry, because they may never say they're sorry. But forgiveness is for us. When you forgiveness, they probably didn't deserve it. They should have said something. I don't have to forget it. I don't have to hang out with them. I don't have to spend time with them. I will forgive them. We're okay. We're good because Christ forgave me for all the things that I've done. And I just kind of felt freedom in return from that. And then you feel so much gooder when you say gooder. You feel so much better when you get to that point where you're not holding that inside of you anymore. Unforgiveness binds tighter than it binds them. It binds you tighter than it binds the person. Person could be like, hey, they deserved it. I was going to do it anyways. And you've been the one who's offended. You go, what? I'm forgiving it. I don't have any time for it. And like I said, forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean letting the person do that to you again. And there are so many times where there's a hurt that, there are some mean people in this world, and evil does exist. And I think of like domestic violence or something like that. You got to get out of there. You might forgive the person because you knew they were hurting or you knew they're not in their right mind, but you don't need to get back into that situation ever again. You need to get out of there. You need to forgive whatever that situation is, but then move on and do not forget. Right? So today, when you think about it, who do you need to forgive that you've been holding on to something for a little bit? Pray their name and release them. Right, Lord, this is Bonnie, and Bonnie offended me and she hurt me. I want to forgive her. Please give me what it takes to be able to forgive her, because I don't want to hold this anymore. I don't want to sit with this anymore. I don't want to even think about this anymore. Please allow me to forgive her. That would be the practice. That would also be the prayer. Jesus, help me to forgive as you have forgave others. And then the blessing for today, may forgiveness lighten your heart. Maybe that take something out that you got going on right now that would lighten your heart. All right, let's jump into, let's do our gratitude before we do our second breathing today. So let's jump into a gratitude session. Today, I will leave it up on the screen. I'll go back and forth on whether to leave it up or not. So I will do it today so you can hear and see what I'm doing. But my goal, and the reason I usually take it down, is so that you come up with your own 5, 10, 15 reasons to have gratitude. So thank you, God, that I woke up today. I received this day. Oh, let me put the actual gratitude music on. I received this day with awareness and responsibility. Thank you for my body and the wisdom built into its design. Thank you for my heart breathing, are beating with consistency, my lungs breathing steadily, my brain processing clearly, my nervous system regulating, and my responses to my cells renewing faithfully. Thank you for helping me sustain expansion without exhausting myself. Thank you for guiding me to peace and energy, protect my focus, and guard my peace. I am grateful that my health is not just supporting output, but sustaining longevity, strength, and wisdom is becoming my rhythm. I thank you for my walk yesterday in the cold and rain or whatever was hitting me, that I just felt so good when I got back from my walk. I thank you for the yoga that I get to do. I thank you that my body is working in a way when I see others who don't have the ability to do and move the way I do. I just thank you for that health and that the fact that I'm going to live for a long time. I thank you for my family and relationships. I'm deeply thankful for my family, my wife, my children, my mom, my dad, my sisters, my brother. I don't have a brother, but I have a sister. I got a brother-in-law, right? I thank you for I thank you for my grandkids, all 16 of them that are thriving and that are doing and learning more about you every day and the stability they bring into my life. Thank you for my shared responsibility, shared growth, and shared accountability. Thank you for helping me maintain alignment at home while influencing growth outside. Thank you for guiding me to prioritize presence over performance. Ooh, I love that one. It's part of our affirmations too. Prioritize my presence over my performance. In my relationships, I'm grateful that my wisdom is shaping how I lead, listen, and love. I thank you for the provision in my life. Thank you for the shelter, nourishment, transportation, safety, and structure that keeps me and my life ordered. Thank you for the tools, systems that access and support my calling. I thank you for the internet as it comes on every single day, that I'm able to talk every single morning. I'm thankful for just, Google and all the different computers and being able to work from my home. I thank you for helping me manage provision with wisdom. Thank you for guiding me to use what I have intentionally and not waste what has been entrusted to me. I am grateful that provision continues to meet both present needs and future preparation. I'm thankful for finances. I'm grateful for financial provision and opportunity. Thank you for the income, experience, partnerships, and insight that creates sustainability. Thank you for new programs and new things that I'll be able to offer, and new things that will bring in more money to our household so that we can help and share that with more people. I thank you for the ability to steward resources responsibly. I thank you for helping me sustain financial growth with discipline. Thank you for guiding my decisions toward wisdom, patience, and generational thinking. I am grateful for my financial awareness and how it continues to maintain And alongside all of my influence and the things that I do, I just thank you that I understand and will continue to understand. I thank you for my purpose and my impact. I'm thankful that I get to live with a sustained purpose. I thank you that I get to live boldly with my purpose. I thank you that I get to live in my purpose. I thank you that purpose is part of what I do. I thank you that growth is not distracting from my alignment. Thank you for the influence is being anchored in integrity. I thank you for guiding me to lead with wisdom rather than impulse. I am grateful that my life continues to help others become who you created them to be, not through force, but through consistency and through example. Thank you for this day and the wisdom that sustains expansion in the things that we're doing. Amen, amen, and amen. All right, let's get some more breathing in. We're going to go in through the nose and out through the mouth and hydrate again. There's some warm water that sometimes you'll see if I'm drinking out of this cup. It's tea, herbal tea with nothing in it, no sweetener at all, just straight herbal tea. Loosens it, helps me loosen up everything while we're breathing. Let's do 4 more. One more big one. Pushing that all the way out. All right, let's jump into our affirmations. One of my favorite parts. I love all of this, and that's why I guess I'm doing all parts of it. They just have so much fun, but there's something about affirmations that just make me remember them through the day. I am becoming the person my future requires. I am becoming, oh, let me put these up. I am becoming the person that my future requires. I'm becoming the person that my future requires. Make sure it hits. All right, I choose presence over pressure. I choose presence over pressure today. I choose presence over pressure today. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I am consistent, not perfect. I am consistent, not perfect. I am consistent, not perfect. I listen before I react. I listen before I react. I listen before I react. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I build trust through my daily actions. I build trust through my daily actions. I build trust through my daily actions. I'm connected to God, to myself, and to others. I'm connected to God, to myself, and to others. I am connected to God, to myself, and to others. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. I finish what I start. I finish what I start. I finish what I start. I wake up on purpose and live with intention. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. And I hope you're saying these with me. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I choose discipline as an act of self respect. I choose discipline as an act of self respect. I choose discipline as an act of self respect. I honor my body, my time, and my calling. I honor my body, my time, and my calling. I honor my body, my time, and my calling. I speak life to myself and to others. I speak life to myself and to others. I speak life to myself and to others. I make space for stillness and clarity. I make space for stillness and clarity. I make space for stillness and clarity. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I choose courage over comfort. I choose courage over comfort. I choose courage over comfort. I make meaningful connections every day. I make meaningful connections every day. I make meaningful connections every day. I take responsibility for who I am becoming. I take responsibility for who I am becoming. I take responsibility for who I am becoming. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. God has already placed me and is providing me with everything I need for what He has called me to do. God has already placed me and is providing me with everything I need for what He has called me to do. God has already placed me and is providing me with everything I need for what He has called me to do. There is more than enough, and I am enough to fulfill my purpose. There is more than enough, and I am enough to fulfill my purpose. There is more than enough, and I am enough to fulfill my purpose. Everything works out for me because I direct my thought or thoughts. Everything works out for me because I direct my thought. Everything works out for me because I refuse drift. Everything works out to me because I refuse drift, to be distracted if you're worried about what that word means with drift. And everything works out for me because that is the person I have become. Everything works out for me because that is the person that I have become. So again, everything works out for me because I direct my thought. Everything works out for me because I refuse drift, and everything works out for me because that is the person that I have become. I live in abundance. There is no lack. God's provision is everywhere and in all things. I live in abundance. There is no lack. God's provision is everywhere and in all things. I live in abundance. There is no lack. God's provision is everywhere and in all things. And finally, I count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and to fulfill His purpose in me and through me. I count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and fulfill His purpose in me and through me. I count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and to fulfill His purpose in me and through me. Did I forget to drink my second glass of water? Well, here it is. We're going to drink it right now. I'm sorry. I guess I'm supposed to drink that right after we get done breathing, but it doesn't matter. As long as we get it done, then we have done it. All right. So the word for today is faithfulness. Faithfulness, faithfulness, faithfulness. Meaning faithfulness is staying consistent regardless of recognition. Faithfulness is staying consistent. We talk about consistency so often, right? But faithfulness is staying consistent regardless of recognition. So many times I'm running into people that today and this last week where they're wanting that recognition. They've done the work and they want to be recognized for the work. But faithfulness doesn't matter if you get recognized or not. whether somebody gives you the kudos or not, or somebody rubs your back and says you're doing an attaboy, I guess is what it's called. Faithfulness is revealed in repetition. It's choosing to show up even when no one applauds, when nobody's there. It's showing up at 6:30 every single morning, doing what I need to do for God, and God saying, hey, you know what? Just keep being faithful. I will bless the faithfulness of doing it. Trusting that consistency compounds over time. We think about money compounding and what they call dollar cost averaging and putting money in every single month, and all of a sudden, throughout your lifetime in your retirement, you have this big amount of money. Take that to your faithfulness. Take that to the things that God has asked you to do. And you do them every single day, consistency. And that compounds in how he blesses you, how he uses you, how he allows you to show up, and then your impact that you can make on others. I once kept showing up for something no one even noticed. Months later, someone told me my consistency was the reason they didn't quit. That happens to me all the time. People say, "Hey, you're consistent." It's the reason. I was on the Thursday night fireside chats last week, and somebody said, I had to reset and I redid it, but I see you keep going. I see you keep showing up, and that gave me the inspiration so that I could keep going and I could change my life and I could rethink and I could get closer to God. Oh my gosh, what a neat thing that is to have when people look at the things and they recognize for you, but it didn't matter to me. I'm going to do it anyways because it's the right thing to do. Then when I learned that faithfulness always reaches farther than we think. We don't know. It allows me to show up better and be present. It allows me to walk with somebody, down the street and have that conversation. It allows me to coach somebody into making their life a little bit better. That faithfulness of the little things that you do makes everything and all your relationships so much better. So today, when you make your connection, you're being faithful about making a connection every single day. And I appreciate it. And I thank you for doing it. I promise you it's going to pay off in ways that not only just for the person that you're showing up for, but in you, in your joy, in your happiness, in your ability to wake up every day and say, this is the day that the Lord hath made. I am going to rejoice because you're being faithful in the little things that you do. So who benefits from your consistency? Find somebody today who will benefit from your consistency. Now, you don't even need to choose that. You just need to show up and be faithful about showing up. But maybe you think about somebody who has said, hey, I appreciate the fact that you show up all the time, and then meet with them, and show up today fully and totally. Today choose one conversation to be fully present in. I told you I'm going to meet with my son today, and I get to, and I'm honored by it, and I can't wait to do it, and I want to see what's going on in his life. But I'm not going to be on my phone when I'm asking him questions and I'm listening to what he tells me what's going on and all the things that are happening. And get so excited because I don't get, it's like every couple of months that I get to see him and the things that he's doing. So excited to be, talk to him more often on the phone, but to actually sit down with him is going to be exciting. So I'm going to put my phone down. My eyes are going to be up and I'm going to be fully present, not just because he's my son, because it's my faithfulness in being present is so important to me. So promise yourself, whatever promise that you're making for yourself today. My suggestion today is follow through on one commitment. Follow through on one commitment. But however, whatever your promise needs to be, I'm cool with it. We'll do whatever you need to do. I just want to make sure that you make your promise, that you write down that promise so you can go back in your promise journal and see how many of these, the 49 of them that we've been doing together since we started this year. So the 40, you make it, you write it down, you say it out loud, and then you make sure you do it before you go to bed. All right, today's word was faithfulness, 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 faithfulness. It's faithful in the little things. We hear that all the time. Hey, so don't forget, before we play we bless with the song that just warms our hearts, that you are God's greatest gift. He loves you if you allow him to, so allow him to wrap his arms around you, love on you. Don't forget you are an answer to somebody's prayer. Somehow, some way today, God is going to use you in a way that you don't even know to fulfill somebody else's prayer. He does that all the time. I think he does it on a daily basis if we are attentive and aware. Hey, you were born for greatness. Whatever the greatness is inside you, let it flow out of you in order to help others to become who they've intended to be. And so enjoy this song, and we will look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
Yeah. Dr. B in the building. We becoming the person now. Let's go. Woke up with a purpose, sunlight on my face. The God who made the universe still knows me by my name. Every step is kingdom, every breath is grace. I do not rush the process, I just run in my own lane. 2 ears, 1 mouth, so I listen first. Hurting people hurt people, so I speak the healing words. I am a coach, a friend, a brother, a guide, helping people break the limits that were living inside. You have to be the one before you do the thing. Identity before assignment, that is how freedom sings. Every story is sacred, every life unique, and they do not care what you know until they know you are listening. I am becoming the person God made me to be. Stepping in the calling, walking wild and free. From the podcast to the people, I pray for every day. Purpose in my heartbeat, purpose in my name. I am becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where my freedom stays. From mile-high flights to Chicago nights, from track lines chalk to the chaplain's light. 250 men with stories that ignite, now living boldly with purpose taking off in sight. Relationship first, that is the way I lead. Connection is the soil where the soul gets freed. I am a husband, father, and granddad too. 30 people at Thanksgiving, that's what love can do. I say you are God's greatest gift because it is true. Every room gets brighter when you walk through. I am living this mission until the final breath, helping others rise so their best becomes their next level. I am becoming the person God made me to be. Stepping in the calling, walking wild and free. From the pastures to the people, I pray for every day. Purpose in my heartbeat, purpose in my name. I am becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where my freedom stays. From Denver to the nations, let the good news spread. Faith over fear, that is the voice in my head. If you knew the stories and the places I have been, you would know every setback was a setup to win. I show up with bass and I show up with fire. I show up with truth for the ones who inspire. Legacy in motion, generations rise. God's fingerprints are all over my life. I am becoming the person God made me to be. Walking in the promise He keeps over me. Every step is purpose, every breath is praise. And the world gets brighter when we live this way. We are becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where our freedom stays. Let's go! Dr.B. Becoming the person. Every day.
All right. So have an amazing, awesome, just incredible day today. We look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Make sure that you keep your promise that you made for yourself today. Have an amazing, wonderful day.